Do you know what the questions are?
Here we go. We're recording now, Stu. Right, that'll do. That's a start. Right, I've got the questions here. Right, so from Nick, here's the first one.
Who are these questions from, Matt?
It's from the Fierce and the Dead Facebook group.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Fierce Army group. So first one's from Nick. So name at least one dead artist you would like to collaborate with on record and play with live with, and the same with a living artist. So one dead artist and one living artist.
Career-wise, Taylor Swift, I think. Living.
Living. Taylor Swift.
I think that would do wonders for our subscription.
I'll do
on
Taylor
YouTube.
Swift indeed, yeah. Dead.
Hendrix, I think.
Hendrix would be good.
Really?
I'm not knocking Mitch Mitchell, but
Hendrix.
I just think it's just great. Just be great to jam with it, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's what all that Mitch Mitchell was doing, really. I think.
I love
get in trouble for that, but
no, I love Mitch Mitchell.
Somebody dead. Somebody dead. It feels bad just picking somebody out who's dead. I'm trying to think now.
It's hard to. You have to remember who's dead and who isn't, don't you?
Yeah. Somebody alive. You know what? I'd love to play with Nick Cave. That'd be a good one.
Okay, Nick Cave's good.
He always has good bands. You know, just good solid bands. Somebody dead. You know what? I'd love to play with one of the old soul bands. You know, so I don't know. So like
Booker T, is he still alive?
Who?
Booker T.
Booker T. Yeah, that kind of thing. You know.
Otis Redding.
Otis Redding. There you go. I'd love to play with Otis Redding. I want to be Donald Duck Dunn.
I'll have David Bowie because that'd be David Bowie, and I live in Bob Mould would be ideal.
There you go.
Can't go wrong with Bob Mould.
I could have guessed those for you, Matt.
To be honest, I would have said David, Bob Mould every time, or Tom G Warrior. I think most of the answers to all these questions would be Tom G Warrior or Bob Mould. So, so the next one is, how do you name your songs? This is from Jeff.
Do you want the real answer or the?
So we can convolute an answer, but we've got a WhatsApp group with lots of song titles in it, and we find stuff for when we're messing about rehearsing with them. A name will often arise, because we've been playing with each other in bands and stuff for how long? Long time, very long.
About 50 years.
You need a big computer to remember that.
For a very long time, and so we have a shorthand, and things will just come up. What do you reckon, Stu?
Yeah, there's certain songs that suit. If you've got a big long list of decent names, you can always find one, can't you?
Yeah.
It's sort of funny phrases and stuff and things like that.
It's normally to get away from. Carry on.
It's normally a conversation that we're having on the night whenever it is we've written something.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing.
It's hard to get past working titles sometimes because we might have a working title, and then we end up calling the song something different.
A lot of
it's actually known as. And then we end up getting the songs confused.
Like some funny name. So it's funny, one of our mates said a lot of the time.
Yeah. Spooky Action album. All the demo names for that were street names from our hometown.
Or shops.
Yeah. It made it really confusing because even for a little while when we were doing when we were playing live, it was like the Let's Start a Cult. I remember you, Stu, sort of going, is this Duck Street?
Or Darry's. Which incidentally are quite close to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. How did you come up with the band name?
Matt?
Oh, it's my idea.
Yes.
No, not this band.
No, we're probably not going to go down that road, are we? Okay, so the next question is...
Half of 99?
We said about how do you come up with the band name, and it goes back to a conversation I had with a friend of mine a long time ago, and I can't remember the exact origin of it, but we just liked it and we kept it. And that's
pretty much it, yeah.
That's pretty much it, yeah. I mean, there is a deeper story to it, which we'll explain one day. So the next one is, that was from Bert. The next one is Roger. Marmite, yes or no?
Yes, 100%.
No.
I'm a yes to Marmite, so that's okay. We all know about the...
All right, Twiglets.
That's
Oh,
Marmite.
here we go. Here we go.
Marmite and toast. No.
What?
Okay. Adrian Randall. What was the first 7-inch you ever bought?
First 7-inch. That I ever brought. I don't know, man. I got given a load of 7-inches by my stepbrother. Does that count?
The question is the first 7-inch you guys ever bought. I know mine.
I know mine. I don't want to say it.
Say it. Say
Well,
it. Say
okay,
it.
I'll do my mum bought me Murloc and Tyre by Paul McCartnney when I was a kid. But
That's okay.
the first one I ever bought my own money was I bought 2 on the same day. I bought Money for Nothing by Dire Straits and Can I Play with Madness by Iron Maiden. So
You know what, Matt? I think that might have been my first one as well. Can I Play with Madness? Backed
Sure
with.
it wasn't Touch Me by Sam Fox, Kev.
No, I bought that later on.
what was yours, Stu?
Touch Me by Sam Fox.
Oh, that's perfect. Right. That's that one done. Right. Nice one, Stu. Ray says, would you consider covering Umbrella by Rihanna?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. I like that song.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's a great.
Love a
tune.
bit of quality pop.
Would we consider doing Apache by the Shadows? This is
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
We do the what's the hip hop version?
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do that version.
Is it Apache?
that's it.
Yeah.
What was the other one? What other covers would you consider doing?
We've done some covers, haven't we? We did Evil by Monster Magnet, and we did Right Brigade by Bad Brains.
We did Cheap Sunglasses by ZZ Top years ago, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. And sometimes we like to, when we're setting up a rehearsal, we like to have a go at Welcome to the Jungle, but none of us have actually learnt it. So we just, or Freebird.
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 Absolutely.
We like just saying song names and then just having a go without anybody learning it. That's always good fun.
Run to the Hills.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Do a bit the intro to Run to the Hills.
I would like to do obviously being an instrumental song. I'd love to do a version of Orion at some point in time.
Yeah,
nice.
Good.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a lot of, Holiday in Cambodia, Dead Kennedys is quite a good one. But there's lots of different songs I'd like to do.
Yeah.
But
As is the way with a lot of those punk bands, a lot of those covers sound like they're going to be simple, but then when you try to work them out, there's a bar of 5 somewhere lurking that you just don't notice.
Well, like the Dead Kennedys, East Bay Ray's an amazing guitarist.
Oh, unbelievable.
And Black Flag.
Bad Brains.
Bad Brains, yeah. Dr. No's fantastic guitar player as well, isn't he? So, it's
Another cover.
not easy to play. Right. Next one is from Jeff. How's the Fierce and the Dead acoustic album coming along? Because we have talked about doing acoustics. We did acoustic. That was at Jeff's house. We did an acoustic.
Yeah, Jeff. Hello, Jeff.
We like Jeff.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It was on the agenda, wasn't it? Because actually the acoustic stuff, we were kind of a bit terrified of doing it because we didn't know how it was going to translate, and it actually went really well, didn't it? A lot of the stuff, even things like Truck, sounded great. Sounded great. A lot of it was used to. You really got into it with the the quieter drums and stuff.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was one of the most fun playing experience I've ever had doing that acoustic show. I think we should definitely record that stuff and get it ready, and we should I think perhaps
it was on the agenda, wasn't it? But then stuff happened.
I think it was a good call by Jeff to invite us to play in his lovely house, and it was I think 9 out of 10 people would say this is going to be a mistake, but it worked really, really well.
Yeah.
Very good fun. Yeah. So the last one is from Chris. Would you ever consider adding a vocalist to the lineup?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I don't really want to do another instrumental album, to be honest. We've done 3 EPs and 3 live albums. I mean,
well, I think we said it before. We said it on loads of other stuff and interviews and whatever before. We are not. We never set up the band to be an instrumental band. It's just that we never bothered getting a vocalist or any of us singing. It was never a thing of like, oh, we have to, we can't have vocals. It was just a case of we just didn't. So I don't know. It just seems like a thing now that, another thing to add in. So I think that will be something that will be happening. We don't quite know how that's going to work or
whether we do it ourselves or have guest singers or but I think samples. Yeah, I mean, there's always, I think, what we've always tried not to do is repeat ourselves, and we don't want to get bored, and we do this because we love doing it. So, you know, I think one of the things is to try and, you know, there's lots of singers we'd like to work with, or there's some guys in the band who can sing.
Can you remember, Matt? Do you remember years ago, me, Matt and Stu have played in bands in various different configurations for years. And me and Matt were in a band when we first moved down to London, and we advertised for a singer. This was back in the days before, like, the internet was really sort of a thing. So we got sent loads of tapes and CDs, and it was terrifying. I still remember quite clearly some of those. I know when you moved to Stuart, when you moved to London, Stu, you tried out with several bands with singers and stuff, didn't you?
It's loose. It's a loose term, bands, that, isn't it? Oh man,
it's really hard because the three of us and Steve have been we've been friends for, you know, well, as long as I can remember, since we were at school, basically. So it's very hard to bring people in to sort of and who will sort of be able to get along and work as a group, really. So I mean, I think case of guest spots, but yeah, we just want to try new stuff. But we're going to keep trying. We're writing lots of instrumental stuff, and then we'll sort of work out either we'll put, you know, instrumental hooks onto it or vocal hooks, but eventually it will become something. But I mean, we've got a lot of tracks ready for next album. We've got 80 odd bits, haven't we? And then
we've got a lot of stuff. We kind of just sculpting at the minute.
Right, are we all done, guys?
Think so.
All right, thanks so much. Thanks for the questions. Bye.